Hey y'all.
Hey,
Welcome to another episode of Putting Our Business in the Streets. I'm Demea, the mother.
I'm Imani, the daughter.
And welcome to Friday. Or I should say Happy Friday. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh. Is that normal?
This pizza's always greasy.
Oh. But you like it. Sometimes greasy cheese pizza is good.
I mean,
That's
who
a
don't
lot,
like
though.
greasy, but that's a lot.
So it's Friday. Another day, another dollar. Today we will be talking about.
We don't know that.
What are you gonna pull on? Then I'm gonna ask a question.
I was even supposed to ask, how are you?
If they're up that. Remember I sent you this
You be sounding like a robot when you talk. Like,
the script the other day, quote unquote the
be more
script.
natural. Do you want to pick? Because I picked like last time.
You did? Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Today we will be talking about. How did I know that was gonna come up? Because I just
What?
put this in here the other day.
No.
Not yet. We will be talking. I should have took it out.
No, you put it in there.
No, so not to pull it again.
Being numb to society / the world around us. Being black.
Mm-hmm.
Why your E look like an R? Why does your E look like a R?
Oh, I probably messed it up.
That's deep.
That's kind of a good topic to talk about, considering what's been in the news this week.
What's been in the news? Oh, about that boy.
Yeah. But before we discuss said topic, let me ask you, Imani, on a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you today? Ooh.
I'm like an 8.
Yay! That's a big come up from the last 2 weeks. Why are you an 8 today?
There's nothing's going wrong.
Good.
But things could be better, so I'm not a 10.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
That's
and
great.
it's nice out, it's getting warm. Which means my birthday coming up.
In 3 whole months. Although I get like that sometimes when winter comes, I be like, ooh, my birthday's coming. In 3 whole months.
That's not that much time. It's going to be here like that.
Okay. In 3 whole months.
But you know, I was just like,
The right
that
one.
indicator that like marks your birthday kind of is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
When it starts getting warm, that's it for me.
Mhm.
It's like, okay.
But then you got to
It's
start
getting warm,
thinking
that
about
means
what
it's
you
going to be
want to do.
summertime. That means my birthday's coming up, and then I got to figure out what I'm going to do, which
Mhm.
I have some things in mind.
Oh, you do?
Remember I told you?
Oh, yeah. The one. You told me one thing.
I want to do a pole dancing class.
Oh.
I told you that.
Yeah. You
Or,
said that or...
I said that or a twerk class because I don't have upper body strength.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really know how well the pole dancing class will go, but I feel like people would enjoy that more than a twerk class
Mm-hmm.
because everybody may not want to just twerk. Because
Mhm.
pole dancing, I mean, twerking is exercise too, but pole dancing is like
Mm-hmm.
a real exercise. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be fun.
That sounds good. And now we actually just know of a place to go.
One of my friends does.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. That sounds great.
Yeah. How are you?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably like a 6.
Just because of your day.
Just because I'm tired right now in this moment. And it's funny because, like I said, I've been talking about it with coworkers. And this morning when I asked it, this morning I was at like an 8.
Mm-hmm.
But now, right now, my energy level is down. It was just a long day.
Mm-hmm.
The day just got long because I had to work extra today. Work a longer shift today anyway. So now I'm just tired. So right now I'm just like at a 6. Like I can't wait to just take a shower
And get in the bed.
and get into bed. And then I feel like this week was, on top of it, I feel like I was busy all week.
Why?
Like I feel like I wasn't really home.
That's what I was feeling. I feel like I don't be home.
Yeah. But I don't know why. But I just feel like I wasn't home today.
Today?
Okay, but I kind of.
A
This
what?
week. The timer.
Just look at the clock.
Yeah, I see. I don't know. Yeah, it just feels like I wasn't home this week. And like somebody asked me today, it was like, "You got plans for the weekend?" And I was like, "No, I'm just gonna chill." And I was like, "Does that sound bad?" But then at the same time, it's like, because I feel like I do a lot during the week.
What's wrong with just chill now?
I don't know.
I love to stay home. I'm a homebody.
And you know how I know I haven't been home? Because I went and looked today. I haven't watched any TV shows this week.
You didn't watch the Masked Singer together today?
No, remember I turned it on. It was a
recap.
It was a recap. But I don't even know what I watched after that. So
I didn't watch nothing else on that day.
I watched a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, I did watch TV that day because I watched Abbott Elementary. That was good. It was a season finale and all that other good stuff. So yeah, today I just feel like I'm just tired and worn down. And then thinking about something I also have to do for work. I gotta sit in front of the computer again tomorrow and place that order. So that's where I am today, right now in this moment. But still, thankful and grateful for life. But I'm just tired today, right now in this moment. So, with that being said, and with our check-in,
moving on.
Today's topic is,
I already read it.
Not a very happy one, but just to reiterate.
Yeah, I feel like that's so deep. I don't really want to talk about that. I'm sorry.
Let me help y'all understand how this podcast works. Gives me grief.
I just feel like...
Exactly. So maybe these are things that we should discuss beforehand. Maybe this is not a good idea for us to do.
Why are you getting mad? Why is she yelling at me?
We need to think this through better.
I just don't want it to be long because I may be... Okay, why do we have that and that?
I don't know. I need to do more research.
Really? I feel like the topics are too broad.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a sign we just shouldn't do that this week.
Do what?
Yeah.
You've never done that.
Why are you saying like it's my fault?
Because I've gotten mine already. Have you contacted people to get yours?
I didn't know you had yours.
I told you that a long time ago. I feel unprepared.
Okay, let me tell y'all what I've noticed. She likes to have things very structured. Where I feel like, in terms of this, where I feel like I'm more of a just go with the flow type. And I feel like that's what's...
So right now, what we gonna talk about?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Fine, I guess we gotta talk about that then. Don't you think that's a little heavy though? Like, do you even feel like talking about that? Like, be real. And also I kind of feel like it's a little, I mean, it's not too redundant, but we did social media last week, and then we're talking about that in society.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like it's kind of like we're kind of talking about, obviously not the exact same thing, but it's in the same like field. And it's just heavy. It's Friday. I'm trying to turn up.
What are you trying to turn up at, girlfriend?
Nowhere.
Exactly.
I mean, I am going to meet up with my friends, but we're not doing nothing crazy.
Somebody asked me today, am I ready to date?
That's a great question. Are you? You need to talk about that.
Dating?
Your situation. Well, your old situation.
I can talk about that?
Or at least just say, like, yeah. So first explain and then answer the question.
So, my last relationship, I was in it for...
And that noise y'all keep hearing in the background is our fan.
It's our fan. And we just come in the house, so the house is stuffy and everything like that.
Y'all be alright.
Oh
my God.
I was in the relationship for 2.5, almost 3 years. And the relationship was serious. Like, we had talked about getting married. We had talked about
moving
in together,
including me,
including her, what her room was going to look like. We were going to be moving in with this other person, and the how we were going to do our joint account, everything. Yeah, we had talked about everything. How we were going to divide up our paychecks, the future, everything. I mean, it was literally, our lives were so intertwined. Like, we were just there. Like, isn't that how you felt? Like we were on our road to being together and getting married? And then one fine Wednesday, everything changed.
Was it really a Wednesday?
Mm-hmm. So we've been apart now. It was a year back in October, so about a year and a half. And I am finally able to say that the breakup was hard. It was really hard. And I was here alone because you were still in school. And when I tell you our lives were intertwined, they were intertwined.
Like, it was serious.
Yeah.
Like, all y'all needed was to move in.
Mm-hmm. So the breakup happened. I saw it happening. Something happened on that particular Wednesday, and I could just tell a difference in the behavior.
Ooh,
and
you have stuff in your hair.
And you know what? It was, I was sitting underneath the tree outside with the kid because I remember seeing it constantly falling. How about the one kid? He was like, sidebar, look at all them bees up there. And I ain't had a heart to tell him that they weren't bees because he was so into it.
What was it?
They were like the little black bugs or something just flying. And he was like, and they're making a little nest right there on the tree. It wasn't. It was just like a leaf. But anyway.
That's funny.
So, it has literally taken me a year and a half to pretty much get over it. And not to say that I don't still think of him.
I think you just think of the relationship because it was a good relationship. Oh,
right. Disrespectful. And I've talked about this with some of my friends before, and I think the part that hurt the most,
I'm gonna get more pizza,
when I really had to think about it, was that I lost my best friend. And the laughter. We laughed all the time. And I feel like that was like so fun. Like, that is what made the relationship, is that we laughed all the time. And that's what I miss. I miss the most the laughter. Because we could easily wake up and immediately just start laughing about something. Mm-hmm. So I missed that part of it. And then it was just like, when things happened in my life, I was able to call him and be like, you know, guess what happened today? Or he would just understand it. And I just felt like he knew me and he understood me and he protected me. He took care of me. I wanted for nothing, really. So I feel like it took me a long time to get over it because I had to learn how to live, I guess, without him. I guess is how you say it, because we were just so intertwined. Like, y'all just don't understand. I mean, intertwined. Like, the grocery shopping, the just everything. So here we are now, a year and a half later. Does that answer the question?
No.
Does that sum it up? Does that sum up what I went through without being more specific? Do I need to be more specific?
You can share whatever you want to share.
So yeah, it was, and I went through all the stages. I went through grief. I went through anger. I went through a lot of anger. I never went through denial.
Denial is a ripper in Egypt. Do you know that video?
I never went through denial. Like, I never was like, I think it was, I went through a lot of shock. Like, we went ring shopping and we was planning this and we knew what the wedding was going to look like and we knew what this was going to look like and all this stuff in the future. I think it was just a shock to the system. What was I saying? That's my whole train of thought.
The question is.
So now the question is, am I ready to date?
Who asked you that?
Think coworker.
Oh, you don't want to say the name.
In my classroom. The younger one.
Okay.
And she asked me today, am I ready to date? And I said, you're the first person to ever ask me that. And I said, if I had to answer the question, I would say yes, but it would have to happen organically. Like, I want you to stop me while I'm in line at the grocery store or while I'm getting a drink at Starbucks. I don't want to go on nobody's dating app because I know too many people that are on dating apps right now, and their experiences are not pleasant. Of dating apps. But I mean, I also know of people who have done dating apps because I've done dating apps before. I just don't have the desire to. There's so much game playing, and I just don't want to play the game. So I am willing to date again, but it'll have to happen organically. Like we just happen to meet in the street. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, it's good that you're ready.
Yeah. But then at the same time, I don't mind dating. I don't know if I want to get seriously involved because I want to make a move in a few years, and I don't want anybody to deter me from doing that. Unless you're willing to come with me. Right. So that has to go into consideration.
I feel like dating... okay. Why you look at me like that? So I feel like dating is weird in 2023. Like in this century, this era, because of social media.
Like there are things you don't have to. I can elaborate. I know somebody that's dating and they go through their DMs. Well, not because you can't go through somebody else's DMs, right?
No.
But just the way they look up stuff on the internet, I mean on social media, I'm just like, you go through all that to check somebody out? Like I don't have.
Are you talking about who I think you're talking about?
Yeah, and I don't know.
But she's younger.
Like if I met somebody on the street today, I don't think the first thing I would do is go look them up on Facebook.
Oh, for sure. I'm going on Instagram.
But you probably would.
I'm texting my friends because my friends are like the FBI. You give them a name, they gonna find it. I'm texting them to be like, yep, this is his name. Find his Instagram.
And then what if he doesn't have one?
Then I'm SOL.
No, what if I meet somebody on the street and I come home and tell you I met Jim Brown on the street today?
I want to find his Instagram because it's really because I now want to know what he looks like. And I would probably go on Facebook for you because your age group is more so on Facebook. And if you got that first and last name, you're bound to find them. It depends on the name because some names are more common than others. Like you look my name up, it's 100,000
and they not all black
coming up.
They not all black.
Okay, but they people of color.
But even like remember at work and we came across somebody and they were like, oh, let's look him up, and I'm like, well dang, he ain't even crossed the street yet. It was like
you can find out a lot and tell a lot about someone's social media.
And I guess because I wouldn't want somebody to do it to me.
Why?
I don't know. So you're gonna know all. You're gonna know all about me before I even say anything to you.
See, you cannot tell nothing about me from my Instagram except that I went to Hampton and I'm black. Other than that, I don't post about my personal life. Like all my pictures are just of me. And the only thing in my bio is my name. Not even where I'm from. I took that out. So all is my name, my school, And my YouTube channel and our podcast page.
Because you do more reels than you do.
I do stories, but I'm still not posting my personal business on there. It's a picture of me, a picture of my food, and I stopped also posting my locations, which is a whole nother topic. And I know I'm not famous or nothing, but people are still crazy.
I do.
And people said to stop posting your locations while you're out because that's how, mainly because of these rappers that have passed, RIP. They have posted their locations and something. Them posting that is how they ended up passing away, sadly. So it's just like a lesson, like, and still everybody don't need to know where you're at all times.
I don't do that anymore. I don't post while I'm at this particular location. I'll do it later on that night or the next day, and I always start off about last night or something like that, but never when I'm in the location. And also because they also say don't do that because you don't want people to know that you're not home.
It's a lot of factors. And then this YouTuber I watch, even her vlogs, she won't upload them till like a week or so later. Like if she goes on vacation, she'll vlog it, but she won't upload it till she gets back home. But even when she says like, "Oh, I'm going to this set place next week," she didn't already went.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just safe because it's crazy out here.
You're right about that.
But
so
we digress.
Yeah. So I think I am ready to date. Just to date. It's
exciting.
Because then you think about meeting family and if there's children involved. Then I got a lot of stipulations.
So you're just ready to date. You're not looking for nothing serious right now.
Right.
Like
if it happens, it happens. But
you're not looking for it. And that's how you find love. When you don't look for it. Because when you go looking for it, it's probably most likely not going to come. Or it's not going to be organic. Or it's just going to, it's not going to work out. Yeah.
And then I've never been one to like multiple date because I don't think I can keep your stories in line. It's like my coworker. She's just dating all these other people and happy for her and glad that she is. But I'm just like, and which one is this again?
If I have
I can't keep your story together.
I'm doing that sometimes with my friends. If I'm gonna have a roster, I think the most I could do is 2, maybe 3, but 3 is pushing it.
Cause I ain't gonna remember nothing. But
not
she's being honest.
Like a lot to keep up with.
She's being honest with them and telling them that she is dating multiple people.
That's good.
Which is fine because until you can say that you're exclusive,
you can date multiple people. Until you ask me to be your girlfriend, do you still, at your age, do you still expect to be asked to be somebody's girlfriend? Or just asked to be my lady? Because I know girlfriend can sound weird to older people sometimes. Or boyfriends can sound weird.
No, because I don't think I was asked.
So how was it established that, we're together, it's us two, you shouldn't be talking to nobody else, entertaining nobody else, and we're in a fully committed relationship?
I think it hit for me when he gave me...
Oh my God, was that your foot? It scared me.
Did it touch you?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. When he gave me the keys to his apartment.
Oh, see, I ain't at that level. I don't know what that's like.
And we had been together... about 6 or 7 months. You okay? The soda?
Yes, but there's a piece of cheese in my throat, so it's blocking me from coming up.
Oh, God.
Excuse me. I feel like I burp every time.
No, I feel like I knew.
Wait, how long were y'all dating?
When that happened, it was 6 or 7 months. He moved. And then gave me keys to the new place. Yeah.
But still, how long was that?
6 or 7 months.
Oh, did you say that?
I did.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Twice. But anyway. Was it? Yeah. Yeah, about 6 or 7 months. And I got the key to the apartment. And that was huge for me. Like, I had never had that happen before because all the other relationships I was in, they moved in with me. And yeah. So I don't know if I would necessarily have to be asked. I think it just kind of casually comes up in conversation.
So it's like, if you go out, meet his friends, and if he introduce you as, this is my lady, you would assume like, okay. So you just assume. Cause me, you have to ask me.
That's a very good question. That's a poll question.
I feel like it's a generation
thing,
or maybe just an age thing. Because I feel like when you're older, it kind of seems a little like, I don't want to say childish, but
it is, because I also can't introduce you as my boyfriend.
What do you mean?
At my age, I'm not going to introduce you as my boyfriend.
Y'all don't even want to use those terms,
no.
Girlfriend and boyfriend.
Right.
So like
my partner, my significant other, my SO.
Right. Mm-hmm. Nobody says that. Nobody says that.
In your generation.
No, I ain't never hear none of y'all say this is my SO. Like, come on.
So yeah, it wouldn't. I don't even like lady friend for whatever reason. I'd rather you just say partner, or this is Demea.
No. He should not be introducing you by your name. If he's trying to make it be known that that's his lady, he needs to say something along those lines. Because just saying this is Demea, to me, that's like, oh, okay, so he's not ready yet to call me his, whatever.
Were you introduced like that?
I was asked. And I said I will not be your girlfriend until I'm asked.
Oh, because then you didn't have to. Okay, I got it.
Because I feel like, at least, that's what I'm saying, maybe it's just an age thing. But I feel like I'm not about to just assume that I'm your girlfriend. Right. Because how do I know for sure? Because people be playing out here. Yeah. And you be thinking that y'all are on the same page, y'all committed the whole time. Y'all could not be. And people like to use that as an excuse to still do what they doing. Because you're like, well, I thought we was together. I thought we was in a relationship. Well, I never asked you to be my girlfriend. So technically,
this is what I'm talking about.
I'm single. Exactly. Now, granted, that's never happened to me. And honestly, I don't even remember if before him was I actually asked, like, by previous people too. But yeah, I would like for you to ask me. And make it cute.
I think
like people be taking their girls out, and then like on the plate where it be like the cake, and it'll say happy birthday. They'll have a cake, and it'll be like,
I take it back.
My girlfriend, like that's cute.
I take it back. I wasn't asked, but it was an evening planned.
Oh, okay.
And there was
flower petals,
flowers. It was
like
here.
Actual flowers or the rose petals.
I remember. We were sitting here on that couch, and he kept looking at his watch, and I didn't say anything at first, and then he just kept checking, and I'm like, "Are you waiting for something?" Mm-hmm. And he was like, "Oh, I'm supposed to be getting a delivery," and I was like, "Oh, so you have to go home?" And he was like, "No, it's coming here," and I'm like, well, what is that for?
Oh.
And it finally came, and when it came in, it was a dozen of roses. Mm-hmm. And he said that night, he did, I take it back, I want to make this official, but there's some things that I want to tell you, and then you decide if you want to make it official. And that's how it happened. And that was in February. It was right around Valentine's Day.
Oh, so that was fast.
Yeah. Because we started dating in January.
I feel like at your age, whether... Because y'all are just thinking of, like, marriage. Like, either we're going to be together or we not.
Right. Don't waste my time.
Yeah, like, you don't...
And my time was wasted.
It was...
Like, it was not. I'm sorry.
Was it really I mean...
It wasn't wasted.
I don't think it was wasted.
It wasn't wasted.
That was cute, though. See, he's still, like, playing something. And I guess it's more so of a conversation than I'm going to ask you.
Yes, that's what happened.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's cute.
I got a poem.
See...
I had a song.
Really?
He sang a song.
He sang? No.
Can I tell you that song?
He can't sing.
He can if he sing it right.
Like he made up a song?
No, he sang a song that someone sang that I had never heard of.
You just sat there?
No, we danced, and he sang while we were dancing.
That is embarrassing.
Why is it embarrassing?
That's so awkward.
But let me tell you this though. This particular song I had never heard before.
Was it acapella? Or did he have music on? I'm sorry. I need you to set the scene a little more because I do not want that to happen to me. Do not sing to me. Don't make me up no song. Nothing.
No, it was a song that I don't remember if he played it or not. He must have played it. And I had never heard it before. Mm-hmm. No, he played it, and we got up and danced, and he sang while the song was playing.
Okay.
And we danced.
That's a little better.
But listen, I had never heard that song before, ever.
And then you heard it all the time.
Never heard it on the radio, ever. He used to play it. It was like on his playlist, and all the time. When I went to go see Angelique, didn't that song play on the radio?
Were y'all together?
We were no. I said, I'm sorry, but you have to turn that off. And she was like, why? And when I told her what happened, I said, I've never heard that song before on the radio. Song? It was a Montel Williams song. I don't remember the name. Oh. But yeah. So yeah.
That's crazy. So would you want the next person to do something like that? Or are you okay with him just introducing you as whatever?
Yeah, I think you don't think you...
Sorry, because then what if he introduces you as that, but the whole time you wasn't ready for that? Now it's like, okay, now we have to have... It's like, I feel like there's some type of talk.
Here's the thing with me, going along that line. When somebody proposes to another one, man, woman to woman, man to man, doesn't have to happen. And they're always like, I'm so scared, I don't know what they're going to say.
That's a problem.
You should have had this conversation already to have had that thing. So to me...
Like, I get if you're nervous.
To be introduced is something... What did you just ask me?
I said, are you okay with them introducing you?
You should have already had some kind of conversation. You should have already been some kind of inkling or nothing. Or something.
This is mainly what I see in movies. Like, a person will be like... I think it happened in Think Like a Man. And it was the Megan Good. And who's that guy that was... I
don't remember.
You know which guy? I don't know his name. His actual name. But you know which one I'm talking about, right?
You said Think Like a Man?
Yeah. You remember who Megan Good was with in that movie? It's Kevin Hart, Michael Ealy. He was with Taraji. Terrence J was with Regina Hall, and then Megan.
Do I need to know him in order for you to make your point?
I mean, no.
Okay, go ahead.
And in that movie, I think it was the first one, because I think she was the one who had like that 90-day rule or whatever, and it was a problem for him. But then I guess he started to be okay with it. I don't remember the storyline, but long story short, he introduced her to his friends as like, this is my lady or whatever, and like she got excited because it's like, okay, like now I know that I'm his girlfriend. But it's like, what if whole time you weren't even ready for that, and now it's like, okay, that's kind of awkward because I wasn't really ready to take it to that step, but we never talked about it because I don't know, I feel like I didn't know like what it was for adults when it came to that, because like a lot of people like are like me in my generation where you have to ask me.
So if somebody took you somewhere and introduced you as that and you didn't like it, you say something?
Not right there in that moment, but we're going to have a conversation tonight. Later. Because why would you spring that on me like that? I should not be shocked to find out that I'm your girlfriend. You want to know why? Because you should have asked me.
But if you're all together all day, every day,
that don't mean
for
we're
months,
together, because the whole time this man could be talking to somebody else. So I need to know. This is why also you just have to be upfront in the beginning. Don't go wait a couple months down the line where y'all start to catch feelings and now y'all are having a what are we conversation. Because then y'all probably going to be on totally two different pages. You're trying to become in a fully committed relationship the whole time the person you talk to is not ready for that. So now you don't wasted your time getting to know this man or woman, whoever, and they're not even ready for what you're ready for.
So you've never said the words, or conversation has never come up. It's like, I really like you. I really enjoy spending time with you. I really like this. But that does not mean there's a label.
Wait, are you asking me have I said that?
I'm saying in a situation. If they're like, you know, I really enjoy spending time with you. I'm really glad we spent all this time together. That doesn't label it.
No.
Yeah, that's different. I don't know.
But honestly, I've been okay with that up until now. I'm single. I just have to, because it's making me not say what I want to say, and it's just like whatever. I don't know if y'all knew anyway that I was in a relationship. I probably talked about it, touched it, mentioned it, but yeah. So now I feel like once I get back into that world, I'm okay with not being in a fully committed relationship right now. Whereas before, I mean, I kind of do date to marry, but not like, okay, we date, we have to marry, but in the sense of I kind of date because I want long term. Like, I don't just kind of date for fun. But I feel like now I'm kind of more open to it. But before, it was like, no, I'm not wasting my time with you if you don't want a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought every man I ended up with, I was going to marry him. Like, every time I got with somebody, I was like, okay, yep.
There ain't that many.
No, there's not.
Okay.
Committed.
The last two, right.
No, everybody.
Oh, I don't know how many there
Well,
are.
okay, I count 3.
Mm-hmm.
I only have 3 boyfriends, but of course there's a couple people in between. But every time I've got with somebody, you know, I feel like it's just a girl thing. Like, you just automatically take it there. Like, oh,
like, oh, my last name's gonna be this.
Yeah, like, I feel like you just take it there, even when there's a possibility that it may not.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like now, like, I'm definitely more open to just, just dating.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I can handle multiple people at once, like you were saying, because I'm already stressed out. Which is one person that can already stress you out. So then add multiple people is just a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So yeah, I could be
Could be what?
open to dating.
You said you were.
Mm-hmm.
Or you are.
Yeah.
But you wanted to happen. Do you feel like you're going to be more picky now?
My expectations will be high. Mm-hmm.
I feel like for me... Oh, go ahead.
This last relationship, he was a good guy.
He was. Well,
he was a good guy. He is. Well, I'm not gonna say I don't know what he is now.
I mean, I was saying he is because it's not like he died.
Right.
Like he's still alive.
I mean, I don't know if he was like that with every relationship or if it was just me.
I mean, yeah, no. I was saying that because it's not like he's not here on Earth anymore.
He was a good guy, and he did a lot, and he was everything. I mean, you know how you joke with people that be like, the light bulb has been out for months and my man ain't changed it yet. No, if the light bulb went out, he got up and he did it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was, so it's like stuff like that. And it was, he cooked, he cleaned, he worked 2 jobs. Well, he worked a full-time job, then he had his own side hustle. He's family, took care of his parents. So I think my expectations will just be high.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, rightfully so.
Yeah. He never asked me for anything.
Because you shouldn't settle anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's somebody out there who can... I mean, some people's lists and expectations are a little crazy. But for the... what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. But there's still somebody who can meet those criterias that you want.
Mm-hmm.
The criteria that you want.
Mm-hmm.
So, never settle, ladies and men, and everybody. Don't settle.
And after we broke up, somebody told me that you're supposed to write a list of what you look for, what you will be looking for in your next mate. And my list went to 51.
Excuse me, that's a lot.
Yeah, so I think it would be, my expectations will be really, really high.
I feel like
unfortunately,
breakup showed me, I feel like I'm now, I mean, I was young, but I'm still young, but now that I'm getting older, I feel like now I really know what I want, at least in this moment. Mm-hmm. Whereas before, I was young. Like, even high school, like, that's young. You don't really know what you want. Mm-hmm. And then when I met him, we were 18. You think you're grown, but you're not. Mm-hmm. And things change, because what you wanted a couple years ago could be totally different than what you want now. So, yeah, I just feel like I know what I would want more and know what I would be willing and not willing to accept.
And I think in your situation, if I'm right, from what we've talked about and you've shared, it has to be established up front.
But see, I feel like since we've been together so long, the things that I can't speak for him, but me personally, the things that I wanted, I didn't want in the beginning. It started to come over time.
Oh, okay.
And since we've been doing it one way for so long,
gotcha.
Sometimes it can be hard to change.
There's a growth, right?
Exactly.
There's a growth and a change, yeah.
So that's what I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, still, establish things up front, and when your feelings change, still be honest about them. Or if your criteria, whatever the case is, if something is not sitting right with you or going how you would like for it to go, still speak up about it. Because it's better to at least have the conversation, even though it may not end well, than to just sit there and settle for something you don't want. I'm speaking facts.
And I guess in my facts,
you said, I guess in my facts. You said facts because I said facts.
Yeah, I am piggybacking off of that. You have to also make sure the person is available. Emotionally available. Physically available. They gotta be available. Mentally available. Spiritually available.
You always think about things once it's over and you look back and be like, okay, dang, like maybe, you know. But sometimes you don't realize until you're out of it. Because you're in it and you can't really focus on what's really going on.
Because here's what I'm going to say. Because the person I was dating, he was going through a divorce when I met him. And that divorce went on and
I was wondering if you were going to say. Because I'm like, that plays a huge part into why y'all relationship ended.
And on. And as far as I know, it's probably still going on and on and on. So unfortunately, why are you laughing?
Because it probably is.
So he was never
available emotionally.
Yeah, any of it.
Honestly, physically, not in that way. But like even physically, I feel like he couldn't even give his whole self to you in any capacity because of that.
Yep. So, yeah. And it's funny because I had always said if I was on a dating app and, you know, in a dating app, you have to put your status and you can put legally separated or separated. I would have swiped left. I would have never picked somebody that was separated. Did you know
up front that he was going through a divorce?
No. I had been told by other people that he was divorced. And then I found out that night when he said, I have some things that I want to tell you, and then you can choose whether or not you want to stay. That was one of the things that was said.
But by that point, you started to kind of develop feelings.
Right.
So it can be hard because you always say like, oh, I would never do that. But
you
didn't know at the very, very beginning. So you started to catch feelings. So you kind of probably just looked over it and thought it was going to change.
But also, I went through a divorce. And my divorce was nothing like that. So I didn't know
it was going to take
that it could take that long. Because mine took 90 days and I was done. But when someone's fighting it and fighting it and fighting it and fight, and again, there's two sides to every story. I don't even know if I had the 100% story. So I don't know. Yeah. And I don't want to say I made a mistake because
everything happens for a reason.
I had a good almost 3 years. It was a good one. And I don't regret it.
You shouldn't.
I don't regret it because we had some wonderful experiences. I learned a lot. I now knew I didn't have to settle because, you know, the serious relationships I had before him. Why? Not why. Everything's an experience.
Well, the first one doesn't count because
completely different.
I came out the picture.
Yes. But it helped me to see what I was worth. If that makes sense. Yeah. It helped me to see what I was worth.
I think the hardest part about breakups or just relationships is when like it shows you like your flaws. And I can say that I have been a person, I'm not somebody who thinks I can do no wrong. I'm very self-aware of me and the things that I need to work on. It just can be hard for me to actually do the work. Like you could tell me all day like, oh, what's something that like you would say that I do that you know that I know I do it, but I still do it.
Lazy.
Whoa. Wow. He just violated me so bad.
Okay, that's not. I just thought that was funny. Procrastination.
You didn't have to say that though. We're going to say procrastination. I'm a very big procrastinator, and I am very aware of it. But have I done anything to really work on it? No.
And the lazy is not the negative lazy. It's the...
You're like, I'm not a bum.
Right, that's what I mean. But
it's more so...
Girl, if you don't get them clothes up off that chair, like lazy, like that kind of lazy. You were like, whoa.
You didn't have to do it like that. I thought you were about to say like my attitude or something like that.
But that was funny. Can you pass me the sanitizer?
Where is it?
On the TV table, next to the TV. What were we saying? Why do we say that? Oh, you learned your own flaws.
I was saying that's the hardest part about, at least for me. It's crazy because it was okay.
Thank you.
Do I really want to talk about it is the question. And we're not going to do this long because I actually need to go.
Okay.
But the crazy thing for me was like...
We'll call this part 1.
Yeah, maybe we should do a part 2 because there's so much more. Because then technically this episode was about you, so maybe the second part could be more about me. So
technically we did have a title that I just threw back in there and we could have used it.
Oh. One of the ones she picked was getting over a breakup, but I didn't know if I wanted to going through a breakup, but I didn't know if I was like, I'm always open to talking about things, but I don't know, just because I don't never know who's watching. But I don't care.
It's not, I have always raised you.
I'm just a private person.
We are not here to, I never bash.
No, I don't bash.
Never ever bash.
Unless you really do me dirty, but he didn't do me dirty.
It wasn't a dirty. You can talk about it.
Right, we'll
this topic wasn't even really going through a breakup. This topic was, am I ready to date?
Yeah, but I feel like in order for you to really express it, you had to say the background piece first and stuff. But yeah, is there anything else you want to say
regarding going through the breakup?
Yeah, just
no, it was well, I guess I can end it with, did you ever think I would get over it?
No.
Do you think I took it too hard?
I mean, I'm not going to say you took it too hard because I didn't go through... Like, I'm never one who's going to tell somebody, mainly because I don't like when people do this to me, how to feel. I'm never going to tell you how you should feel or if you shouldn't have felt the way you felt. Now, granted, sometimes people can overreact to things, but a breakup is hard. And this... I've been through a breakup before. Like, this technically is my second breakup, but I was the one who did the breaking up, so I don't think I took it as hard as when my first breakup, he broke up with me. That's a whole nother story.
Right.
But yeah, I'm never going to tell somebody like how to feel. I was surprised at how long it took you to get over it, and I didn't know that you were still so wrapped up in your feelings about him in a relationship because you don't talk about him. Like normally, like somebody's gonna talk about it, and then it's gonna be like, okay, like clearly she's not over it, but you did not talk about it. So when you would then say like, oh yeah, I'm not over it, I'm like, really? I was just surprised. Excuse me, but I'm glad to hear that you are you're kind of over it.
And then also it helped that I also physically separated myself from him because we worked together. So that's why I think it took longer.
I had said that too.
Yeah. And I didn't leave my job because of that. It played a part.
Bigger and better things. That's why she left.
A better opportunity came my way.
But yeah, that's definitely going to be hard. Nobody wants to see their ex after a breakup every day.
And then we had no choice but to reconcile is not the word I want to use.
Be cordial.
We had to be cordial because we had to work together.
Okay.
Our paths had to cross.
I'm about to say, y'all didn't actually
we didn't work together, but our paths had to cross.
School.
Right, and our paths had to cross. So we had to make it work. Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't really much to make work. Y'all just had to be cordial. Like,
yeah, it had to be cordial.
I feel like anybody should just be cordial.
I was cordial, but with some smart ass remarks.
Yeah, because you were upset.
Yes. And I told him I want my 3 years back.
You just said you didn't waste
No,
your
I
time.
said you owe me 3 years. You owe me 3 years. I did. I said that. I did. But anyway, yeah. So, yeah, that's my going. Well, no, it could be part 2 because I can talk about the other 2 too.
Really?
Well,
You wanna do that?
I can talk about the marriage.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you were going to consider though. I mean, obviously they're breakups, but I thought you meant like, because again, I thought you weren't over it. So I'm thinking she clearly wants to talk about him.
Oh, no, just going through.
Because it's going through. You're not going through those anymore.
No,
You're
no,
going
no,
through
no.
Just this one.
Yeah, just talking about I think this is the.
I mean, you could talk about like what you did after to
get over it.
Over it, because I feel like we're going through 2 different types of breakups.
Yeah, I guess. How are we going through 2 different types?
You're taking your breakup way harder than I'm taking mine.
Then I took I took it really hard. I took it really hard.
Yeah.
It was really, really hard. And I think it was primarily because, and it took longer to get over it because we were still working at the same place. And I was still seeing him every day.
Yeah, because she just started the place she's at now this year, right?
January.
Mm-hmm. So she just stopped seeing him not even 6 months ago.
Right. After being apart for
a year, basically.
A little over a year.
A year.
Yep. So that's my story. And we will label this part 1.
Yep.
And we will next week.
Yeah.
Part 2. Okay.
Is it too soon?
That's up to you.
I mean, I'm willing to talk about it.
Yeah. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll talk about it.
Okay. Well, come back next week and you will hear part 2 of,
going
through a breakup, having a breakup, coming on the other side of a breakup, however you want to label it. But this is what we talk about through life. This is all another part of life.
We're really putting our business out because we don't be talking about this with other people for real.
We don't. Nope.
Because I really wasn't going to say nothing until like 6 months later.
And I put it in there just so that whenever you were ready to talk about it.
Yeah.
And it used to be, oh, we're not going to talk about it because you never know who's watching. But I ain't bashing. I'm telling the truth.
I can't say what I want to say.
It's just the truth. Yeah. You don't have to.
No, it was a curse word.
Oh. Yeah. So thanks so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching if you're checking us out on YouTube. And join us next week for another episode of Putting Our Business in the Streets.
Bye.
Bye.